Good morning. Happy today. Happy today. How are we? Gorgeous ladies. Allison, bonjour. Elaine, bonjour. Françoise. Elisa, happy today. My boys are home safe. Both of them. Both boys are home in their bed. I don't know if there's anything greater as a mom than to know that both your kids are home in bed. This is a great feeling. This is a really, really good feeling. When they were little, it was like, get them to bed. And now it's like, oh, they're here, they're home, they're safe, they're in their beds, both of them. Best thing ever. All right, beauties. Karen, buongiorno. Yesterday we had a beautiful day filled with excitement and just pouring into really with the Frenchie energy. The opportunity to align spirituality and beauty and luxury in whatever way serves you, whatever way supports you. And it was really touching, actually. After our live, I went live on Instagram as well and just continued to pour the story into that space. And then I had a Frenchie Christmas call yesterday with some ladies, and we talked about it there. And I got messages from women all over the world sharing with me some of their luxurious experiences that they've had that touched their hearts and souls and opened them to a new level of awareness of who they are. So beautiful. I'm so glad we opened that conversation yesterday, and it's something that I want to continue naturally to talk about inside of Elegant Femme as we trust ourselves with higher and higher levels of creation. So I want to bring that energy into intention today, and I'm going to invite you to really feel as we open up into intention. We started this conversation this week. Any limitation that you might be buying into as to who you are and what you're capable of. Now, when I say that, we're not talking to the ego. Like, what are you capable of? You have to do more, putting the pressure on. You're not doing enough. That's not what I say, who you are. I'm talking about who you are, who you are, who you are as God incarnate, who you are as the divine expressing itself through you. So let's close our eyes. Slow everything down. Less than a week until Christmas. Less than a week until Christmas. Less than a week until Christmas. So let's enjoy, immerse ourselves in every gorgeous day, in every gorgeous moment. Slowing things down, taking a moment to breathe, to receive, to remember. Asking God and Spirit's assistance to put things into perspective, prioritize what is truly valuable, come into alignment inside with the truth, and feel yourself start to slow down. To slow down to such an extent that you can feel yourself melt into this physical world reality. And as you melt into this physical world reality, you go beyond this physical world reality into the knowingness, into the truth that anything is possible, that tout est possible. And as you enter into the energy and frequency that tout est possible, what are you choosing to see? What do you want to remember as possible for you? Let your mind go there. Father, Mother, God, Lord of all creation, we ask that we come into the remembrance and recognition of who we truly are, that we utilize this time in the way that it was meant to be, the prioritization of love, of expansion, of truth, of joy, the infusion of all that is possible. We ask for a letting go of any set point. We come together with open hearts and open minds. Lead us. Lead us. Lead us as we say yes fully. This or something even better for the highest good of all concerned. Amen. 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 Miracles indeed. So I was thinking it could be really beautiful, especially this time of year. And let's honor this for today and tomorrow for sure and see how it goes. If anyone has any prayer requests that they would like to put inside of the chat, to put them in the chat and to open up the space for only that which is in accordance with the highest good to come forward. A prayer request isn't about trying to control a specific outcome. A prayer is about giving everything over to the divine and asking for the strength, the courage, the willingness to see things as they truly are. Prayer request isn't asking for someone else to change. It isn't asking for some external circumstance to rise to meet exactly what your ego is expecting. A prayer request is asking from a heartfelt place inside, God, show me how to see this differently. Shift things, into a place of power inside. God, show me how to see this differently. Support me in seeing the light of who I am. Support me in seeing the light of who this person is. Support me in coming into awareness and embodiment of what it is I'm saying I desire, so that I can take the aligned action in this situation in accordance with the highest good. God, show me what is the highest good in this particular situation. God, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling separate. I'm feeling angry. I'm projecting. I'm judging. Help me see this differently. Help me see this differently. What can I do? What am I being called to do? What would you have me do? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Stephanie, good morning. Alexandra, good morning. Surrendering my family dynamics this Christmas and onward to our Creator. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And asking, it's a really beautiful opportunity to ask for what's here for me in that, what would you have me do? What would you have me do? What would you have me see? How am I being called to show up? Is there anything that I'm not seeing? Is there anything I'm overly attaching myself to? Do I have a negative expectancy of how things are going to go? Is there a light that you can show me to have a positive expectancy? Where am I attached? Where can I let go? Where am I being called forward? All of this in every one of our prayers is a beautiful way to deepen. Beautiful way to deepen and to step into that place of power that resides, that's true for every single one of us, of what's here for me? What is my role here? How am I being called to stand here? And it doesn't mean stand like so many of us have felt in the past, like I'm just supposed to bear this. This is my cross to bear. I'm supposed to stand in this. I can take it. I'm the strong one. That's not what I mean when I say stand in this. Stand in this, in the authority of who I am, as God created me, what is being called through me in this particular circumstance. Help me see. Help me see. And what's really, really beautiful, especially around family dynamics in my particular experience, we can sometimes get so caught inside of a role that we played inside of our family that we unconsciously can use it unconsciously as a form of distraction to where God's really calling us. And it becomes, we do this with our families, we do this with our spouses, we do this with our kids, we do this with those the closest to us, that when we're in a role where we've identified with something, and certainly we have found value there, it comes to a point where we can feel our identity being offered an opportunity for transformation, an opportunity for deeper awareness of who we are, an opportunity to identify with more than that role. And we can unconsciously, unintentionally kind of keep focusing on the old role, the old expectation, instead of, hold on a second, where am I being called inside of this? What is the opportunity? So play with that, see if that serves. Moving through the strengthening of brokenheartedness. Oh, yeah. Okay. So sending love there, and also to the awareness of your wholeness inside of the current opportunity, the awareness of wholeness inside. Praying for clarity financially and with my career, having some challenges lately, trying to surrender to what God is calling me to through this. Yes. So God, help me see this differently. What is the opportunity here? How is this particular thing that's showing up in my life right now actually guiding me towards greater levels of abundance? Sometimes we try to change the situation we're in, thinking we have to change the situation we're in order for the abundance to occur, when oftentimes the situation that we're in, the change that's naturally taking place, is actually moving us to greater levels of abundance. It might sound very similar in what I'm saying, but one is an expansive opportunity for allowing ourselves to be provided for and to see the magic and the miracle that God is orchestrating, versus let me try to fix this, let me understand this, let me hold on to this, what is this, like almost holding on to something unintentionally, energetically, inside the smallness, instead of, okay, this is absolutely, like, without a shadow of a doubt, the things that are here for us, when we allow ourselves to surrender them to, I know this is a part of what I asked for. I know this is not, oh, I wonder if, like, oh gosh, like, how can I change this thing to, no, whatever is happening, okay, this is a part of what I asked for. Meaning, here's what I mean. It's not like, oh, I accidentally asked for this financial difficulty. I don't mean that. I mean, oh, I asked for my greatest abundance to show up. Oh, I asked God to utilize me at the fullest extent. I asked to be visible, to be powerful, to be impactful. I surrendered consciously. I devoted myself to this journey. I said my deepest yes of, God, show me I am here. I'm a yes. And then things can start to, like, look like in the physical world, oh, they're cracking. Oh, they're not working. Oh, they're feeling smaller. And when we can experience those, when we can have a sensual relationship with those things and say, okay, I know this is what I asked for. This is supporting me. I know it. Not, oh crap, I asked for too much. Oh, I'm being tested. I know people resonate with this, which is fine. Of course, everyone gets to do what they want and honor what feels true to them. I personally do not resonate at all with being tested. Not in that way. I do not believe that. It just feels like, for me, the energy of being tested reminds me of being a little girl in school. Like, did you get it right or did you get it wrong? Are you a good student? Are you a bad student? Did you study? Are you good enough? Like, so for me, the energy of being tested is like, I don't feel that God and the universe is like, has that level of energy of like, you did it right, you did it wrong, you passed, you like, at all. So for me, it's like, wow, how can I receive this fully knowing to the depth of who I am that this is supporting me, that it is absolutely here for me. Then the prayer becomes, God, help me see this differently. I'm a yes. I'm going to continue to be a yes. I know things are, sneeze, Marino, hold on. I've been really being aware to the best of my ability of my immune system and trying to calm my inflammation inside. been a fun journey. Different level of physical experiment for Tara Marino. Give me a second. So when we move into this space inside, when something is showing up in our lives, and again, I'm not trying to do a spiritual bypass or sugarcoat this, because these are real things that we experience that feel really hard and they feel challenging. They bring us to the place inside where we can feel into the intensity of life and really be brought to our knees. Like, this is hard. I don't understand. This feels challenging. This isn't the way that I want it to be. And instead of being afraid of that place, when that place shows up in your life, I invite you to welcome it. Like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm in a space that doesn't feel in alignment with who I am, no matter what it is. Family dynamics, the expression of love in your life, the receiving of love in your life, the financial opportunity in your life. When you recognize, like, ooh, nope, this is not what I intended. This is not what I want to be experiencing. This is showing up in a way that is reflecting to me that there's more. Not more from consumption, more from there's more realization inside of me. There's more co-creative power than I ever had the awareness of before. So we can feel instead inside of a pressure of like, oh, okay, right, I got to figure it out. What did I do wrong? Instead of feeling the pressure, what we can feel, and see if you can discern the difference. Inside is a turning up, like, of the heat in a good way. The turning up of the heat, the turning up, we can call it miracle energy, the awareness of love, like the turning up inside. And feel a dial inside your consciousness, your mind, your intention, your devotion to living life fully. Like, okay, I'm being called to turn it up. Very, very careful and aware that this does not send you into faux New Yorker energy. Like, oh, what do I need to do? Where's my to-do list? Okay, here we go. Let's hit the ground running. It's not the energy. In fact, conversely to what the ego and / the energy, which is not exactly the same thing, but the energy of the faux New Yorker, that's like, okay, go, 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 go. Conversely, when we're turning up the dial inside, oftentimes it's, I need to lean back. I need to lean back. I need to give myself distance and space. I need to return to the awareness from which I came. Slow it down. Really feel inside. Know beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything's for you. Know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is what you asked for, meaning that this is supporting you. Help me see it. What's the opportunity in this? Where am I being called? And more often than not, we will get a little zing, a little answer, a little image, a little insight. And this is where we get to really show up in life. Because typically that thing is going to be the thing that you've known that you have not wanted to do. That feels big, that feels scary, that triggers the ego with a fear of rejection, that triggers the fear of failure, that triggers the ego of like, who do you think you are? Why would you want that? Why is that important? Why do you think that person's going to call you? Why do you want that interview? Some sort of like, oh no, not that. And we can go, oh no, I'll do anything. Not that. I'm totally here. Not a chance. So we get to pay attention to those little bubbling ups and then have that conversation. Where am I limiting myself? Where have I not said my full yes? Okay. Is this resonating? It's resonating. Yay. All right. So I love these little riffs that we start with before we go into our lesson. Let me know if they're serving you. Let me know if you like them. It's not really going off script in that everything is everything is everything. And everything that occurs for us in our life supports us with the deeper unfolding that's a course of returning to truth, right? Everything. So it's not going off script, but it is a little elegant femme riff, which I'm kind of known for, and I really enjoy them. Did you see the Instagram the other day? This was really funny. So I thought I'd try something different. because there was so much I wanted to say about our new resurgence class that's coming up. Same with winter solstice that's coming up on Saturday. That's going to be so powerful. And it was really funny because let me know if you've ever done this. When something has felt like so important and so true and so big inside of you that you're like, okay, I want to do it right. I want to do it right. And these two classes, the winter solstice, really bringing the year to completion in a very, very specific way, in the energy of the feminine, letting go of what's not serving, opening up to a greater level of receiving in 2025, really laying things down for the last time, utilizing the sacred vortex of the winter solstice to cross over a threshold very intentionally. It's going to be very deep and very beautiful. And then we have our resurgence class in January, which is going to be this perfect bookends, right? We talk about bookends here inside of Chic 365 all the time, right? The AM and the PM. So you can consider this that kind of energy. The winter solstice being the PM, the resurgence being the AM. So I was like, this feels so important and so big inside, and infusing the beauty and infusing the fashion element inside of some of the copy and the video that I'm trying to complete with my editor, which we haven't quite landed on the imagery. So I created a script and I thought, okay, these words are so beautiful. I love words. These words are so beautiful. These are the things I want to say. And I thought, okay, I really want to say them like this. So I wrote sticky notes for myself and I put them on my ring light. I've never done that before. I always just go, right? Rarely ever have I had a script, maybe from time to time, but not in this kind of circumstance like this. So I sat here and I was like, okay. And I was really, if I'm totally transparent with myself, I was really feeling the pressure. Like, oh my gosh, how can I articulate this the way that I'm feeling inside? Okay, I'm going to read these sticky notes. So I press play on the video and I go to look at the camera, and one by one, the sticky notes just fell off. Like before I could even read anything, they just one by one just fell off the light. And I just started laughing like, okay, I just posted a video on Instagram. Like this is live footage of me thinking I'm going to read a sticky note instead of just listening to my soul. So I love the riffs. If the riffs serve you, let's go ahead and continue them and bring your prayers and your intentions in. That really serves the co-creative energy of what's here for us. Yay, I'm glad. Allison, that's beautiful. Love your format, the way of engaging with ACIM. I see these little riffs as an integral part of ACIM EF, giving us real context in which to apply the lessons, each of us in her own personal, relevant way. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful, because that's the intention. That's the intention for every single one of you showing up here. This isn't one way, my way. This is at all. This is okay. The intention, the Elegant Femme's Guide to ACIM. And in that being said, Elegant Femme's Guide means what's true to you? What is your inner teacher sharing with you at this particular moment in time? Are you feeling an enhancement? Because this is something I really am going to be talking about inside of the winter solstice. Are you feeling an enhancement in your co-creative power? Do you want to walk through the world with this feeling of full embodiment that you are allowing yourself to co-create your physical world in the way with which you feel it should be / can be as a divine expression of who you are? Instead of let me pull back from the physical world. I know everything's good. I know I'm in the mind of God. Like, who cares about any of this shit? Which can be a vibe in itself, as long as we don't go to numbness, right? We don't want to obsess about the physical world as if it's what is. That being said, when we know what is inside of the divinity of who we are and we play inside of the physical world, we turn up the dial on our co-creative power and we say, let me do a scan of my life. Where am I buying into limitation? So inside of the winter solstice on Saturday, we're going to be walking through a really beautiful, curated process to witness the limitation, to let go of the limitation, to unhook any unnecessary attachment to the limitation so that you can complete 2024 open with so much spaciousness, with so much expansion inside your co-creative power that as we move into 2025 in a very beautiful, elegant, restful, revitalized way, you're able to resurge. You are able to rebirth yourself in a way that you never imagined. So these are the two bookends that we're talking about starting this weekend. All right, beauties. We are, yesterday, God's will for me is perfect happiness. And I share God's will for happiness for me. Today, continuing on this theme, continuing on the review, God being love is also happiness. God being love is also happiness. God is love. God is happiness. We like that. We like that. Let me remember love is happiness, and nothing else brings joy. And so I choose to entertain no substitutes for love. I choose to entertain no substitutes for love. God being love is also happiness. I seek but what belongs to me in truth. Love is my heritage, and with it joy. These are the gifts my Father gave to me. I would accept all that is mine in truth. So a little possibility here inside of this. Sometimes when we can read something like this, we can feel like, again, sometimes very unintentionally, because we know the truth inside of, okay, I know this to be true. God is love, God is happiness. I seek what belongs to me in truth. I want to accept everything that's mine in truth. And we feel like, okay, so I need that external thing to change. I need that to reflect to me my truth. I need the bank account, like that needs to be that way. And that's great that you want things a certain way. But the co-creative power isn't expelled fully until we realize that we already have this. This is already true. Joy and happiness and love are already yours. That's the acceptance. So when the Course says, love is my heritage, and with it joy, these are the gifts my Father gave me, I would accept all that is mine in truth. It's not, I will accept all that is mine in truth once everything around me gives me permission to. Once this tells me I'm worthy, once that tells me I'm worthy. And you might feel like, wait, I thought you just said we want to utilize our co-creative power to create everything we want in our external environment to support. Yes, but where is it stemming from? Where is it inside? The awareness of our wholeness, the awareness of our love, the awareness of our joy, that we're not waiting to accept that truth. When we wait to accept that truth, waiting on an external circumstance to tell us it's okay, we're distancing ourselves from the truth. We're pushing it away. We're buying into the illusion that we need something else's permission, someone else's or something else's permission in order to receive. No, I would accept all that is mine in truth. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, to consider, follow your own inner knowing, as always, whatever your heartfelt prayer request is, whether you shared it here today or not, whatever it is you are desiring, intending to experience in your life, spend some time today moving into this lesson and feeling the joy and happiness inside. Like literally feel it in your body. Feel the joy, feel the happiness, feel the abundance, feel the expression, feel it overflowing inside of you, and be with that. Be with the mind extension, riding on the feeling, and watch what happens inside your nervous system. Can you be with it? Do you pull it back out? Does your mind go into a worry or an anxiety or a future projection or trying to protect yourself from a future projection? If it does, which happens to all of us, instead of making yourself wrong, like, oh, right, I had that. How have you ever had that? I mean, I'm sure you all have, right? You're in this beautiful state of like expansion. You can feel your heart expanding, like nothing in your world has changed, but all of a sudden you feel like this life force moving through you, and you're like, ah, right, I'm one with God. I can, I will, I'm a yes, I'm devoted, I can feel it, let's go. Nothing needs to change. And I can feel inside of me, because I'm connected with my truth, with my joy, with my happiness, that literally everything can change, but nothing has to, because I'm not dependent on that. And then some little sneaky fear sneaks in, like, and it could be really deep, like, oh my gosh, what if, these are some of mine, right, that have come. What if I lose another child? Like, what if something happens to Dave? Like, like watching ourselves pull back and buy into the illusion that, wait, I have to protect. Wait, I have to be in fear. Wait. And so the opportunity, and Elegant Femme really intends on supporting women with this in a high level of mastery. What we're moving into in 2025 is a much higher level of mastery together. Those of you that want to work with Elegant Femme, those of you that are already feeling the benefit but want to turn up that dial inside, is the mastery of the extension of that feeling, of that knowing, of that truth, no matter what, so that you can enhance your co-creative power in this lifetime from that space of wholeness, joy, and happiness. So play with this, see what comes inside of you. Utilize the lesson as a form of support, as a form of returning to. So if you're in that space and any kind of fear comes up, it's just a return. It's not making ourselves wrong. It's not a judgment. It's not what's wrong with me. It's a, okay, I am the light of the world. That is my only function. That is why I came. Joy and I am as God created me. And come back. It's not how many times we leave. When I leave, I mean like forget. It's how many times you remember. So be kind to yourself. Really, really kind to yourself. All right? I love that approach. Let the sticky notes fall where they may. The soul moves. The soul moves the script. Oh, I love that. The soul moves the script. That's exactly. Yes, yes, yes. And it felt so much better. I actually just, it was funny. I ended up doing the video. And I sent it to Dave, and he's like, who's talking in this video? Because I was already so out of sync. He's like, this just, I don't know. I'm like, fine, I'll do it. I'm gonna redo it tomorrow. And my ego's like, you were just dressed. You had all your makeup on, and what a waste of a video. My soul's like, I'm so proud of you that you just let the sticky notes fall and you just laughed about it and you got the message and you're remembering again and again and again and again and again and again and again that you're enough, that you're not competing with anybody. You know what? I'll tell you something really transparently, which is a part of the reason that I feel really activated in a new level of resurgence. So my theme for this year inside of Elegant Femme is Elegance Reborn. And I say this every year, that I don't really know what the theme really means until the end of the beginning of the next year is when things come full circle to me. And I'm like, oh, that's what you meant. That's what you meant by Elegance Reborn. That's what it is. It takes me that year to feel it and integrate it. So in the experience of that, the awareness of starting Elegant Femme so long ago, like 2008, we had no Zoom. Can you even? We had no Instagram. Can you even? Social media, I mean, there was barely Facebook-ish. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't utilized in the same way. It was very much more like a friends and family. But then we did. For like really in the beginning, we utilized Facebook more. We were utilizing YouTube a lot, which is a return. Elegance Reborn, coming back onto the YouTubes. Constant contact. And one of the things that my ego has been moving through is like the birthing of everything Elegant Femme has created, and the idea inside the ego mind that, wait, if it hasn't shown up perfectly in this beautiful aesthetic on social media, that means it didn't happen. Not so. Not so. And so really coming into the awareness that everything I've had the greatest opportunity to participate in, everything that clients and I have shared together, there's something actually really, and this has always been the case inside of Elegant Femme, always, 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 but now it's been a lot more of a conscious choice that I'm reminding myself of, that in the beginning, everything was very secret. When clients came into my world, the gifts that they were given, the places that we went together, what private days looked like, the ambiance, the aesthetic, the events themselves. Even when we did like a little video reel for an event, it was still very intimate. It was still very Elegant Femme. And as Instagram is, and all the things, like I definitely have gone through stages where I'm like, oh my gosh, should I be showing more? Like, oh, we didn't capture everything. Like we did this stunning dinner last year in Paris. And I might put a couple of photos because it is also this balance of like, don't want anyone to know, like keeping like watching the ego, like fine, go to the other extreme, make it so secret that nobody knows because then no one can find it, right? There's that extreme too. But it's still a very intimate, very much behind the scenes place. And where I was going with this originally is watching for all of us inside, especially at this point in time, that we don't compare ourselves to others. That we don't buy into the illusion of competition, that we don't feel like we have to be someone other than who we are because we see other people doing things that are quote unquote successful, like a returning to who you are, a remembering of who you are, the willingness and the courage to do it your way, to know that you're unique, to know that you're here uniquely for God's plan for salvation, and it doesn't need to look like anybody else's. So I'm saying that for me, saying that for you. I'm saying that as a reminder, especially as we move through the last part of this year together, to really take some time and some stillness and reflection of who am I being called to be? Like, who am I? And how is God calling me to experience that and reflect that beauty, that love, that light in the world, and be true to that? Because we know when we're not, right? We know when we're not. And following the script on a sticky notes on my light was definitely not. Definitely not me. Definitely not me. Okay, with this, tomorrow is Frenchy Friday, I think, right? Tomorrow's Frenchy Friday. It is going to be our last day for a while. We're going to pause. I'm not sure when we're coming back. I need to look at the calendar. So I know next week for sure, the full week will be in silence, we'll be in beauty, we'll be in grace together. That feels really good. And I will update in case I'm missing dates somehow. I will update. I'll have a full update tomorrow on the exact dates. I will also send out an email. We will also put the next live, we'll schedule it inside of YouTube so you can see the notifications. So as a reminder, if you're here, if you've been watching, if you've been peering in and you haven't yet said hello, please introduce yourself. Please let me know you're here. Please let me know how this is serving you. Love to hear from you. Share it if that feels aligned for you. Give the hearts, give the likes, give all the things. It really supports more women in finding this. In fact, I don't know. Let's see. Do I have? This is really fun. And it's not about, well, let me see. Where is this coming from inside? What's fascinating? My intention in sharing this with you is when we were talking about earlier, a little bit ago, of the difference between, oh my God, I need that thing to change. I need that thing to change. Like I need that in order to see my wholeness, my worthiness, versus let me go inside and see where in any way I might be limiting. I might be buying into the illusion that something has to change in order for me to be who I am. Come into alignment with who I am. Ask God to support me to see things clearly, and then allow my external world to shift in reflection of that. So this summer, just so crazy. It's around the summertime that I had a conversation with God and I said, okay, look, I have been really attached to numbers in the past. I have really felt like in order to be good enough, in order to be powerful, in order to be seen, in order to know that I have impact in the world, in order to know that I'm a good girl and I've been doing a good job and I'm important, I've attached myself to certain numbers. And I felt the pressure inside that if I'm going to be really powerful and if I'm going to really do what God wants me to do, that there has to be big numbers, that I have to be able to say, oh, 80 million this, 20, like really, but I could feel myself in my wholeness through that lens, like really attached to it. So I said, God, I've been really attached to that, really attached to that. And I don't want to be attached to that anymore. Please help me see how I can let go of that. Because that's a false reflection of my impact. That's a false reflection of my worthiness. And this was the kicker. And because I could hide in that, right? We can all hide in that. And whatever that version of that for you is, like, oh, I've been so attached to this. So please help unravel the attachment. And then the ego's like, no problem. We're going to stick you in a corner and we're just going to hide out there and we're going to settle. And we're going to tell you, oh, you don't need the diamond ring. Oh, you don't need, because you've been attached to it. And there's truth in that. You don't need the thing. But be careful that the desire energy doesn't. So this is the kicker. Then I said, and God, if I have been in any way afraid, fearful of visibility, fearful of criticism, which was zinging in my body, afraid of what people were going to say about me, were people going to misunderstand me, were people going to, right? Because the more people, the more all of that. So if God, I have been holding back where it is you want me and how it is you want me to support, to reflect, to shine, to show up, if I've been hiding because of fear of criticism, fear of visibility, fear of being misunderstood, I want to let go of that as well. So the divine devotional yes inside of me was whatever you want. I'm a yes, whatever you want. I'm letting go of both extremes. I'm letting go of the attachment of needing the numbers, and I'm letting go of the attachment of not needing them. Do you know what I mean? Letting go of the attachment of hiding and letting go of the attachment of the fear of being seen. At that point, not even joking you, we had 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Within 72 hours, our Let Yourself Be Skinny video went viral. Let's just see. I haven't looked at this in a while. And again, this isn't about the numbers, okay? Let's see can we see through it, because it is about the numbers and it isn't about the numbers. So let's see if we can see through that together. As of this morning, we have 22,724 subscribers. We had 3,000. Again, it's not about the numbers. It's not, oh, look at me, I'm so much more important. This is an example of the letting go of, you know what? Whatever you want, God. I'm a yes for whatever you want, but this isn't a passive yes. This is really looking at the work inside. In my example, where am I afraid of being seen? Where am I buying into the illusion that everyone needs to understand me? Where am I afraid of being misunderstood? Where am I afraid of criticism? Do you know how many comments came through the Let Yourself Be Skinny video that were not very nice? It was big. And then the calling shortly after that to come into this space, again, YouTube's, again, where I'm like, but everyone doesn't understand me. Everyone doesn't know me. Not everyone there inside of the YouTube world are elegant femmes. Can I still show up and can I talk about God? What? Are you crazy? Okay, I said yes. That's right, I said yes. And this is a calling. This is an insight. It's okay if I'm misunderstood. I'm going to show up in my yes. I'm going to show up in my yes. And I think there's over 500,000 views of Let Yourself Be Skinny, which I talked yesterday about Lily. I think it was here yesterday where I said, was it here? I think it was here that I talked about Lily and her. I said, I don't know where she found us. And then she texted me on Instagram. She DM'd me on Instagram later. And she said she was talking about one of our other videos. And I said, and then I told her, I talked about you. Go watch it. And she said, do you know I found you in the Let Yourself Be Skinny video? What? This woman's amazing. This woman's amazing. I can't wait to meet her. She's coming to Paris to the Soul of Beauty event. Amazing. Just say yes. Just say yes. It's really the simplest thing. If you were to boil down Elegant Femme, and Coach Lori, who used to be one of my coaches, she's still one of my dearest friends. She was the very first creme de la femme inside of Elegant Femme, and she became a coach for Elegant Femme. And she tells the story of how she met me. And I had literally said to her, just say yes. And that changed her life. Just say yes. That boils everything down. Just say yes. You're welcome. Thank you for the beautiful live. I'm cleaning my home, honestly cleaning away years and decades of shame, receiving power and love to keep on and to make space for miracles. Beautiful, beautiful. Here's to miracles for all of you and me. Love and light, so powerful. About people recognizing love and beauty and truth you bring in your example. Kara tada. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And even if people don't recognize it, this is for all of us, right? Even if people don't see our love and our light, can we still show up fully? Can we? Right? Can we follow that? Right? That's the opportunity. Love and light and joy reside in us. They're our heritage. Can we accept that truth today? No matter what. No matter what. All right. I love you, ladies. If you want to join us inside of the winter solstice, which I really invite you to, this is going to be a powerful process that I've never shared before. Some things that I honor in my life to really bring things to completion so I can expand to the next level. So moving through my life since the beginning of Elegant Femme, whether it's the creation of an 8-figure business, whether it's moving to France, whether it's traveling around the world with my boys, whether it's like whatever my desire next is, buying a sailboat, right? That's sitting in the Med right now, which was one of me and Dave's visions forever and ever and ever and ever, starting a fashion line. There are certain things that I am going to be sharing with you on Saturday that I haven't shared before, of how to really bring things to an elegant completion so you can create space for that enhancement of your co-creative power. I feel like more than ever before, we are being called to take a stand inside of who we are. So we're going to go there on Saturday. It's at 12:12 Eastern. You can join us at elegantfemme.com/winter, and we'll go ahead and put that in the description as well. All right. Thank you so much for all the love, all the hugs. Let's see. I mean, I don't have teenage boys anymore. I have one teenage boy and a 21-year-old. They are not going to be out of bed. They got home at like midnight. And that means it was 6 a.m. for Nico. So I think I'll see them I'm lucky if I see them at noon. But when I see them, I can't wait for the 4 of us to be in the same room together again. Oh my God, we haven't been in the same room together since August. Oh my God. I can't wait. I'm excited. All right, love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful rest of your day.